Hi, beautiful people. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys had an amazing weekend. Well, it seems Katie Joy is back on TikTok and still cannot find it within herself to actually humble herself. So let's talk about it. Now, a little bit of a backstory. Katie Joy was on TikTok nearly every day, numerous times a day. And then, when Sister Wives returned, she went AWOL. And then she made this statement. For those that follow me on TikTok, this is why I haven't been on the app this week. I haven't been on this week, given that there is a very real possibility TikTok will be banned. I am struggling with the concept of building an audience that will only disappear in January. That's why I'm not here this week. Also, my reporting is not focused on Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and I think some people have wrongly lumped me into being an anti-Gypsy creator. I am not anti anything. I am pro-truth and accountability. I also believe that ignoring a dangerous narcissistic sociopath is better than constantly talking about or promoting. Just something I hope some people will consider. Well, fast forward 3 weeks later, and she's back. And out of the gate, she lied about why she was gone and used her moderator Faith as an scapegoat. And she seems to have a very selective memory because it is widely known that she made this post that I just read to you guys. But to come back and say that she wasn't on TikTok now because her moderator had a baby. So it's not because TikTok may be banned in January and she doesn't have the fear of TikTok being banned in January. Well, at least her moderator got a 3-week maternity leave. I'm sorry, I'm so out of pocket with it, but I'm sorry, I'm just joking. But what I can say, listening to Faith in her TikTok live, my heart broke because Faith sounded exhausted, worn out. And it's to be expected because she just had a baby and caring for a newborn is hard work. It's round the clock work. So I do feel for her in that regard. But anyway, let's move on. Katie Joy felt the need to go after and try to discredit BECCA Scoops. But let me remind you of something. When Katie Joy first turned on Gypsy Rose, she was all over the smaller YouTubers. She was on their panels. I'm talking about Some Morbid, Hello Starlight. She was talking to so many people on TikTok about it. Through these smaller creators, Katie Joy gained a following, and I'm talking about in a short period of time, she gained over 10,000 followers on her YouTube channel alone because of the platform she was given by these smaller creators on YouTube and on TikTok. She was also at one point, I cannot find this clip right now, but I know it exists. She was elated. She was so excited that she received an email from BECCA Scoops. Now she is going after BECCA Scoops and discrediting BECCA Scoops. What's the problem, Katie Joy? Jealous or envious that BECCA Scoops is gaining the notoriety and the credibility that you could never achieve with your so-called 5-year experience or relationship with the Blanchards? Nobody chose to follow you and kiss your ass because of your relationship with the Blanchards. Let me remind you, Katie Joy, you did say that your reporting is not focused on Gypsy Rose, and people have wrongly lumped you in being an anti-Gypsy creator. Well, now that you have got your wish and went about playing the innocent advocate and put on a show for your YouTube channel to continue covering cults, it didn't work out that way, the way you planned it. You don't seem to be doing as well as you used to in regard to your content about Sister Wives. So you have to jump right back on the anti-Gypsy train to replenish lost wages. And you think by discrediting BECCA Scoops you can bump her off? I don't think so. Because at the end of the day, ethics, principles, being honorable, morals, virtue, integrity, righteousness, and honesty will always win me over. And that's what I get from BECCA and her partner through their videos. And that is why they have my support and attention. And from looking at her views, a lot of other people also feel that way. And in my opinion, and from my observations, you have none of the above. Before I show you this clip, I want to make myself clear. I am not speaking for Becca Scoops, but I will come to her defense because I appreciate her and the content she does, period. And she did not do anything to warrant what you're going to hear, what Katie Joy had to say about her.
I'm not, okay, Andrew, I'm not trying to have a debate with Becca because she'll never see it like I do. And I think it's really irresponsible for her because she's not a doctor and she shouldn't be making a video and not using the word alleged and saying it as a fact. Unless you're a doctor, you have no right to tell your audience that this is the stab wound that actually killed Dee Dee. You don't, because the medical examiner testified at the trial and he said he could not state conclusively which wound ended her life. And to make a video and act like you had the autopsy and like you were there handling her body, and you know exactly when you're not a doctor, you don't have the training, and she always says she has sources and shows none. So she's a creator that showed up out of the blue, and her sources, trust me, bro. Andrea, why would some no name who had no following have sources from who worked on the case? Why would they talk to her? Bullshit. If she actually had sources from the police, they would go on record. Oh, bullshit. Past psych nurses are not doctors. Becca Scoop's literal, her sources are trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. No. Why would these police officers talk to her? She's no one. You think they're going to talk to some YouTuber that had no channel and they haven't told this to the media? Why would they tell this to Becca? Becca watches other people's content and uses that as her source and then pretends like she has a source. She literally spent 20 minutes using a video from Fancy's work of an officer that Fancy interviewed for her video. I don't believe for a minute that any police have spoken to her at all. And I don't like that Becca ignores every single nasty thing that Nick said to Gypsy, because if you read those text messages, Nick literally threatened to kill himself if Gypsy didn't do what he wanted immediately. And you can't tell me that's not manipulative. You think that's normal? Like, I don't. I've got a blade to my wrist, and if you don't respond right now, I'm going to end my life. Why doesn't she ever talk about those text messages? Why doesn't she ever bring up his vile things that he said to her? Can't she see that this was actually two people that were really toxic together? And yes, Gypsy 100% manipulated him, but he's not a wallflower. It's just so frustrating to me that like people just watch these videos and they don't look at the facts. And Becca specifically ignores single thing that Nick has said that's actually contradictory to what she says. She refuses to acknowledge that Nick also was manipulative. She refuses to acknowledge that Nick had a violent personality, like in his conversations with her. Like there's text messages of him threatening her. To completely ignore him and act like he's an innocent victim in this is insane to me.
If you are interested in watching this live in its entirety, Lorma Girl has it all up on her Twitter. Her handle is in the description box. Also, shout out to Andrew, who really got under Katie Joy's skin. And all he was doing was taking up for a friend, in my opinion. And also, Katie Joy is a coward. She would never debate a smart person. I am going to give my 2 cents. Please let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section. Off the bat, I can tell you, Katie Joy is absolutely 100% jealous and envious of Becca Scoops. Because if you go to her channel, she has a fraction of subs compared to Katie Joy. Yet, Becca Scoops is pulling in the views. It's all so well earned. You guys can decide for yourself. I will leave a link to Becca Scoops' channel in the description box. Who is Katie Joy to talk about what Becca Scoops says and what words she uses when reporting in her videos on a story? She could take her own advice. She is the one that is facing her 3rd defamation lawsuit. Maybe she should have been using allegedly when reporting her stories. And in response to Becca's sources, at least she has sources. And I do believe she does have sources, unlike Katie Joy's sources, who are, or should I say, one was an invisible source. But anyway, Becca also mentioned that her husband is a retired detective. And if what I have recognized about the police department, they have a brotherhood. And I do believe he knows a lot when it comes to crimes. Now, going after Becca and Katie Joy stating she is no doctor. Well, Becca never claimed to be a doctor, but she did say she is a retired psych nurse, and you can't get a nursing degree by having a sickly child and think that you know everything concerning medicine. Becca obviously went to school and is well trained in a field of work, so she definitely knows what she is researching and what she's reporting about. And I'm also happy and excited for Becca Scoops that she's making a name for herself. Her content is all so well researched, and the climb up the ladder is so well deserved. Throughout Katie Joy's tantrum, everything she accused Becca Scoops of, Katie Joy is guilty of, in my opinion. She proclaimed herself a journalist, but shows no credentials. Where are your credentials, Katie Joy? She accused Becca of using other people's content. Katie Joy is so well known for stealing other people's stuff and reporting it as if she was the first to discover it. Katie Joy is also so jealous that she left and stopped reporting on Gypsy Rose. And when she looked back at Becca Scoop's channel, I think she probably cried within herself at what she saw, because she probably felt that she could have had all what Becca Scoops has. That's just my thoughts. Again, I highly suggest you go and watch Becca Scoops' video and come to your own conclusions. Katie Joy is just butthurt. She wants the top spot because Katie Joy, once again, in my opinion, is not doing so well there on YouTube. She is lagging once again. She wants the top spot, as I said, and unfortunately, that ship has sailed. Or maybe it never ever left the dock, because people did not believe that she could have been manipulated as she claimed she was for 5 years. I personally didn't. So let me end this with saying Becca made a post, and this is what it says. Hi guys, the new video we are currently working on is Gypsy's Pregnancy Secrets Exposed. We have uncovered some disturbing new details never known, and we can't wait to take you with us down this latest rabbit hole. Look for this new video in about 7 days. Who else thinks that when this video does come out, and whatever is in this video, Katie Joy is going to say that she knew that information all along? I will not put that past her. I absolutely will not. So you guys, that's it for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful upcoming week. Please be safe out there. Be kind to one another, and don't forget, make good memories. Bye guys.